Florida Department of Transportation District 2, Northeast Florida, held a public meeting October 6th at its urban office in downtown Jacksonville to highlight its 5-year work program for new projects in Baker, Clay, Duval, Nassau, Putnam, and St. Johns counties. $2.5 billion of improvements over the next 5 years from 2016 to 2021 in Northeast Florida were discussed. Each year, FDOT must update its 5-year transportation plan with projects requested by the public, local government, and metropolitan planning organizations. The results will be presented to the Florida Legislature for budget approval in 2016. Each county's tentative transportation plan is available at the FDOT website.
Tonight we're going to go just sort of a brief overview of our work program, what our priorities are, and go through a handful of the projects that we thought would have the most interest that were new into the work program from the different urban counties. By no means is this all the projects. The list in the back have all the projects. This is a very small sampling that we're going over tonight. So our statewide work program public hearing will be January 11th in Tallahassee. Tonight is just the District 2 work program in the counties in the Jacksonville urban area. DOT's mission is to provide a safe transportation system that ensures the mobility of people and goods, enhances economic prosperity, and preserves the quality of our environment and communities. Our priorities are safety, resurfacing and preservation of our existing transportation system, on and off system bridge replacements, capacity from planning studies all the way through to construction, traffic operations, our enhancement programs, things like sidewalks, bike paths, public transportation, and the support for off-system projects. DOT's major project phases are planning, project development and environment, design, right-of-way acquisition, and construction. These phases often overlap. Some of the earlier phases often blur between planning, PD&E, and design. And with that, I'll get into the project. Clay County. In Clay County, we're looking at adding sidewalk to Palmetto Avenue from the MLK Nature Preserve to the VF Hall Park in 1819. At a cost of about $550,000. That's just design. We're looking at adding lanes and reconstructing State Road 16 from the First Coast Expressway to Oak Ridge Lane. That's PD&E only, funded in 1718. And that's from where the First Coast Expressway's new alignment crosses State Road 16 out sort of near Penny Farms back towards Green Cove. We're looking at design and construction to add sidewalk to County Road 218 from Clay Elementary to Taylor Road, with construction out in 2021. Looking at construction of County Road 218 from Cosmos to Astor Pine Tree Road in fiscal year 18-19. And looking at adding lanes and reconstructing County Road 220 from County Road 209 to east of Little Black Creek at a cost of $2 million in fiscal year 17-18. That's construction is funded. In Duval County, we've got landscaping of the I-95, 295 North interchange planned out in 1920 fiscal year, and that's for the construction of the landscaping. The Overland Bridge project out in 2021 for construction of landscaping. The Marietta interchange is out in 1718. And I-295 from the Buckman Bridge to I-95 South, the express lane job that's currently under construction, we're looking at landscaping that out in 2021. State Road 9B from I-295 to I-95. We're looking at landscaping that out in 18-19 at $2.4 million. We're looking at resurfacing State Road 211 from US 1 to Moncrief at $10.4 million in 18-19 fiscal year. Jacksonville National Cemetery Access Road is partially funded for construction in 18-19. There is some additional funding that has to be added to that for it to go on that schedule. If not, that money will likely get reallocated somewhere else. And we're looking at drainage improvements on State Road 109 in 2021, $2.7 million. Continuing in Duval County, we're looking at bridge repair on State Road 115 over Trout River, $6.4 million in 1920. We're looking at adding auxiliary lanes to State Road 9B from US 1 up to the 9A, 9B split. That's the piece that didn't open too long ago. At a cost of $1.2 million in 1617. That helps tie into the express lane job that's about to go under construction just north of there. For both the Coastline and Liberty Street bridges, we have a planned payback to the city to help with their cost to replace those bridges out in 2021 of $3.75 million for each bridge. The North Rail Corridor from Port of Jacksonville, there's $8 million assigned to further that project along in 1819. Blunt Island and Talleyrand terminal improvements, funded out in 1617 and 2021. And there's also on the port project, DOT has money planned for the channel deepening widening. If it happens, this would be the state's share if that project goes forward. We are supportive of the project and wanted to show a funding commitment, although that project lies with the port and the Corps as to whether it goes forward. This is just the state's planned work program if that project does go forward. Nassau County, landscaping on State Road 200 in Yulee, scheduled to go in 1819. And we're looking at a PD&E on US 17 south of Yulee to the marsh area there, from 200 to Gardart Creek. We have Chester Road funded for construction in 1920 from State Road A1A or State Road 200 north to Green Pine Road. The right-of-way, though, is still unfunded. That's something we're looking to be made up with local funds or some other funding source right now. And again, that could potentially move out if a funding source isn't identified. We have a bridge replacement on County Road 200A over Lofton Creek in 2021. We're looking at pavement rehabilitation on Harvey Smith Road from US 1 to County Road 108. Pavement rehabilitation on Pratt Siding Road from US 1 to Old Dixie Highway. And those are both in 1819. Moving to St. Johns County. We have a major lighting project of State Road 16 from 16A to Verona Way and from the Outlet Mall to Collins Avenue. And that's in 1819. Resurfacing US 1 from the Flagler County line to State Road 206. Construction is out in 1819. And US 1 drainage improvements at $3 million in 19 and 20 fiscal year. We have sidewalk on US 1 from north of Fairbanks to Big Oak Road. All the major phases are funded with construction in 1920. We're looking at adding a left turn lane and possibly looking at some maybe one-way pairing down at the US 1 May Street, San Carlos, San Marco intersection area in St. Augustine. We've got construction at $1.3 million in fiscal year 16-17. And we're looking at adding sidewalk to US 1 from Northrop Grumman entrance to Stokes Landing Road in 17-18. Moving on to Baker County. US 90 at I-10, we have a safety project there, $2.9 million with funding in 18-19 to improve some safety problems that we've observed in that interchange. New road construction, the Midpoint Parkway at $2.4 million in fiscal year 18-19. And pavement rehabilitation on County Road 127 from County Road 120 to Moccasin Creek Circle, construction at $1.9 million in 18-19. Moving on to Putnam. We're looking at adding lanes and reconstructing US 17 from west of Dunn's Creek to Horse Landing Road, $49.4 million in fiscal year 2021. Adding a bike path trail to St. John's Avenue from Francis Street Sports Complex to State Road 19 in 1920. And the Drayton Island Ferry, call it bridge replacement, but it's really work for the ferry landings at $4.9 million in 2021. And First Coast Expressway goes through St. John's and Clay counties. We've got design funded at $20 million in 16-17. Right-of-way is spread out a little beyond 16-17 at $193 million and about $8.2 million for wetland mitigation. This is a highlight of our work program. If there are any questions or comments, we can have a formal time now. And you can also give a comment to the court reporter.